When I was entering the school compound, I recall the early days of 1987 when I completed my diploma. The first job I got was school teacher in Nawai Secondary School. That was my first employment, and I spent some time here, a month or so, when I received scholarship to study bachelor's degree, and I had to leave. But that was a very important time in my life because that was my first and only teaching experience in the high school system. So I do cherish those days. Ladies and gentlemen, nation building starts from our school system. And it is for this reason that the Bainimarama government has decided that money will not be a compromising factor for educating our children. Had this been the belief of past governments, then probably the issues and problems in our society that we saw in the past wouldn't have been there, because we would have amongst us a much more literate and educated society. It was our leader Bainimarama who noted in mid-2000 that education will be the key building block for building a just, peaceful, and progressive society. And thus, he started to invest in education. Some 3 decades ago, going to primary school, accessing primary school, accessing high school and university remained a dream for majority of the people in this country. A lot of bright people, bright children opted out, dropped out of primary and secondary school and universities because they could not afford to pay for bus fare, tuition fees, textbooks, etc. However, under the Bainimarama government, every child's dream will be realized. As you know, from last year, the Bainimarama government has made education in our primary school, high school, and university free. Any child who gets admission to university will be able to study there without having to worry about who will pay their fees. They will also be provided accommodation if they need so. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have ensured that while primary and secondary schools are there, no one will be denied access to primary and secondary school just because they can't afford to pay tuition fees. Ladies and gentlemen, last year, our leader, Prime Minister Honorable Bainimarama, decided that early childhood education plays a very important role in developing and molding a child for the education system in primary and secondary school. Hence, decided that from this year, tuition free for children entering into the preschool or kindergarten will also be made free. I also want to make this announcement today, after talking to our Prime Minister, that by end of 2017, we want every primary school in this country to have a kindergarten infrastructure. every primary school in this country will have kindergarten teaching, so that any child who wants to obtain preschool education will be given an opportunity to study in that particular school kindergarten infrastructure. We will ensure that the teachers are paid. We will ensure that the child does not have to pay any tuition fee. We will also ensure that the basic teaching aid, teaching resources are provided by us to the school, the preschool. We will also ensure that the children get some of the basic necessities to enable them to have a better learning environment. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have plans to ensure that the massive infrastructure that we have, the school system throughout the country, we better utilize it when it is not in operation after 4:30 or during the weekends. We're now thinking about ensuring that the school provides values and virtues education on Saturdays to those children who could make it. And we want to utilize the stock of wisdom that we have in the community to offer those programs. The retired teachers, the talatalas, the pandits, the maulanas, to come and do multi-faith values and virtues teaching to our children on Saturdays for about 2 hours. We want to build this relationship with the community and those with a lot of wisdom in the community, so that we mold our children and prepare them to be better citizens of this country, while on the other side, they will also have strong subject matter foundation. The school system can be used to deliver all those attributes that we want a child to have. It's a massive infrastructure that we have to our advantage in our custody. And to be honest, at the moment, we are not fully utilizing this infrastructure that we have throughout the country. So there will be a lot of plans going forward over the next 3 years, where we'll outline how we'll be utilizing this infrastructure throughout the country. Ladies and gentlemen, over some time, we have been noting a number of issues that demonstrate issues social in nature that is affecting us. Crime, violence. These issues demonstrate problems in our society. And these issues cannot be dealt with just by the police. It requires a collective approach. It requires all stakeholders in the community to get together and start thinking about a collective strategy. Often we leave these issues to the hands of the police or government. However, solutions to these issues is not mere policing or getting the criminals and putting them behind bars. We need to come up with a solution which will go to the root cause of the problem and fix it once and for all, so that we have got a peaceful, progressive, and sustainable society where we all live as per the values and principles of the Bainimarama government, that we are one people, part of one nation, and we all have one destiny. Ladies and gentlemen, I urge all stakeholders in the community, the faith-based groups, religious leaders, school committees, all to get together and think where we have gone wrong, that people are engaging in those activities which is affecting someone else's life. What is wrong with our preaching in religious functions, in churches, in temples, in masjids? What's wrong with our informal, traditional village leadership system? That youths, when they're outside the village, engage in crime and violence. We need to question our systems. Often we just take it as given. Often we see it a taboo of questioning it. It's time that we start questioning the existing traditional leadership systems to see why it's not delivering what we want it to deliver. We should not leave it saying that it's a taboo. We have to question it with the view of fixing and improving it and refining it further to deal with the contemporary issues that we are facing. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're here to open a new infrastructure that will further improve the learning environment of our children, particularly preschool children. These are our future. This infrastructure has been made possible, apart from government contribution, by leadership of the current head teacher, the previous head teacher, the teachers, and in particular, community leaders, school committee. All these people, particularly the people in the community, in their time were deprived of quality education in preschool, primary school, and high school. Not only deprived of quality education, but deprived of education. Most of the ladies sitting here, apart from the school teachers, the housewives, they also had a dream to go to primary school, high school, and university. But the dream was not realized because of not their fault, because we did not have a government at that particular point in time which realized that they can't afford to go to school, and therefore government in public interest should intervene. Today they got together and ensured that they work in partnership with government so that their children, their grandchildren are not deprived of realizing the dream. I want to thank them. I want to be sure that while you are not able to realize your dream, your grandchildren and future generations will never be facing that predicament under the Bainimarama government. That's the vision of our leader. That's the vision of our government. Ladies and gentlemen, with these words, I want to thank all stakeholders who made this dream come true. I want to thank the Vanua of this district, this place, for their support. And I want to assure you all, on behalf of the Bainimarama government, that we understand and recognize the role and importance of education in nation building, importance of education ensuring that your children have a brighter future, and we will continue to invest in education. As I said in another forum, money is not an issue. The issue is that the money should go for the right place, right use, and money should not be abused and wasted. And it is for that reason Bainimarama government has allocated the highest amount of budget for education in operating terms, and will always remain that way. With those words, I want to declare the new complex for kindergarten and preschool formally open, and I look forward to interacting with the members of the community going forward. Naka, thank you and dhanyavad.